The Marvel Universe is dying, while the DC Universe is rising. What's up, welcome to the channel where I talk and you listen. I'm your host Anonymous, and today we are going to be talking about why Marvel is doing so bad, but DC seems to be the golden child of today's standards. Let's find out more. Just talking, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I ever do. Those of you who are wondering, I'm a Marvel fan and a DC fan. It doesn't matter to me which one is on top, just as long as both of them are making something good. Now, speaking of good, that's something that Marvel is done doing apparently, because they really just keep shoveling out shit in droves. I'm telling you right now, they are releasing so many bad TV shows. It is quite reasonably the most awkward business decision that I've ever heard of, because it doesn't make any sense to continue to make 6-episode series. We're not spending enough time with these characters, so the storyline is being rushed heavily just to get out another story for another character that literally no one cares about. You know what people want to see? They want to see Captain America, they want to see Iron Man, they want to see Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. come back and do their thing again, but do it until they're 90. That's what they want to see. The thing about Marvel is they are so oversaturated because they've been out for so much longer. It feels like after Endgame, all of their energy went off a cliff. It literally peaked at Endgame, and then they just started releasing TV shows. Now, while some of those shows are good, I just feel like most of them are not. Like, we got the Loki show, we got the WandaVision show, and then we also have it was another one that I like, Moon Knight, yeah. And then we had the other shows, obviously not to be named, but yes. So with that in mind, we also know that Marvel does really kiddie animated shows, so not heavily geared towards a older audience, but more towards children, just because they have, just for the simple fact that they have so many animated cartoons on Disney, and like Spider-Man, all these little chibi versions of the characters are very playful. And then we have DC, who's always been geared towards an older audience, even in the animated films, the animated TV shows, heavily related to guns, violence, sex, all that kind of stuff, you know, trafficking, whatever, you name it. Disney or DC has been doing it for a long time, and they do not hold back. And so I think that now, since we are getting a brand new DCU, people are feeling as though that they might have to turn their necks a little bit, right? Just turn to see. If you're a Marvel fan, you're definitely turning your head a little bit just to see what's going on over there. You got the Superman film, they're working on the Supergirl film. Obviously, there's going to be a Justice League film at some point in time. We got Peacemaker out right now. Speaking of that, I still haven't watched it yet. Still haven't watched season 2. I'm gonna go out there and check it out. I know they're releasing like one per week or something like that. Yeah, so DC is on the rise. They are literally holding all the cards right now. All James Gunn has to do is just not fumble the ball. He literally just has to continue making good films, put out some Batman stuff, put out some Wonder Woman stuff, you know, make the Justice League. That's what we all want to see, and it's going to take a long time for us to get there. But the simple fact of the matter is DC has caught the attention of a lot of new fans and a lot of Marvel fans who are just switching sides now because there's nothing good to watch on Marvel. Yeah, they hold all the cards because everyone's just waiting to see who's going to play Batman, who's going to play Wonder Woman, what's going to happen in the Supergirl film, you know, with Crypto. I think that we're off to a good start. We've got our Man of Steel. Now we're just waiting to see what everybody else is going to be doing. And also, I'm a fan of what's happening in DC right now. They are bridging the gaps between television and movies, which I was hoping that Marvel would do. Marvel has seemed to not bridge the gap, but they've went from movies to television, which you don't really get a lot of the crossovers that you're hoping for when it comes to the television shows. And I say that specifically, mainly I'm talking about the new Daredevil series and the She-Hulk series. We know She-Hulk to be a lawyer, and she usually takes on cases from like superheroes or villains and all that kind of stuff. I was hoping to see more characters from the mainline MCU in the show, but of course they didn't do that. And then the Daredevil show, I was hoping to see Spider-Man, and that's a heavy ask, right? Because obviously Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man and all of his characters still. Hopefully they just buy DC and then we can move on from there. Yeah, we don't usually get to see a lot of the main MCU characters show up in the TV shows, and so that's why I'm excited for what DC's doing, because not only have they already shown like a version of the Justice League in Peacemaker, they've also added in characters from the movies like the Justice Gang or Guy Gardner, right? And so I'm excited to see what they do, what these characters do when they cross over into the TV series. I feel like all the characters should be fair use, not by us, but yes, by us, but also by the company who are making these movies, just because literally we have so much opportunity to have so many different characters cross over at certain points in time. I'm just like, man. And so we'll just have to wait and see what happens next with the television shows and the movies. But for now, I feel like we've gotten off on the right foot. I have high hopes and expectations for the future of DC. Now let's lean back into Marvel, where they showed their next phase of movies, and of course they've got the X-Men, they've got Fantastic Four, so they're doing big things with these characters who've been around for a long time. I'm really excited to see what the Fox universe of X-Men is going to be doing within the MCU. The new X-Men characters will look like, and who the Fantastic Four will cross over with. So it feels like Marvel's trying to do everything that they possibly can to repair the damage that they've caused. And I feel as though the people who are in charge are insecure just a little bit, just for the simple fact that they bring in Robert Downey Jr. back to play Doom. Obviously, everyone already knows this information right now. I'm just reiterating. But the fact that they've brought him back in only means to me that they are desperate to hold on to whatever fans remain. So I believe that Doom's going to show up in 2 movies in the future, Doomsday and then the next one after that, and he'll be the mainline villain. And while of course he is like the main villain in Secret Wars, I wish that we would have gotten more time with this character before moving directly into the films with all the other characters, only because backstory matters, and if you try to fit in too much backstory within a film, it's going to take up a lot of the time that you have to meet and learn about other characters. And so not all things are bad at Marvel, but it does seem like everyone's tired of seeing the same stuff over and over again and then playing it safe. The newer movies that came out that I liked were Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. I thought they did a really good job on at least the portrayal of these characters, and then the way that they interact with one another as well. So there's still hope. There's still hope. I'm a huge Marvel fan. So there's still hope. Guys, I just want both teams to be doing good. It doesn't matter. DC, Marvel, whatever. Let's just have an Avengers Justice League crossover. Everyone wins when we do that. Well, except the losing team, but obviously there wouldn't be a losing team because they would end up working together and fighting a major threat. But that's besides the point, and we might get that in the future, but again, besides the point. So with all that in mind, Marvel still has to prove that it is deserving of our attention, and that's what we're going to get with Doomsday. Excited to see where that goes. They've definitely lost the trust of the fans, and they have to get it back. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I see that you guys are watching but not subscribing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You want to see more videos. Talk with me here at this channel. Woo! Anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this. If you enjoyed, leave a comment down below and tell me how you feel about the Marvel and DC stuff going on right now. Okay, show your boy some love. Peace. There we go.